The lesson.
Oh yeah.
Going back to, obviously you explain how Certified Wise come about. And at some point, I think, where did I? Obviously, the Hoods at some point started Golden Era.
Yep.
Now, one thing that I always was wondering was the only, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Yep.
the only group or act or artist or whatever you want to call it that merged from Certified onto Golden Era
Funkles
was the Funkles.
Yep.
Always wondered.
Yeah, it goes back to affiliations once again. I stayed loyal to people of my youth, and obviously those people were doing what they were doing, and I was doing what I was doing. So at the time, it caused friction between the groups. I didn't probably take the music as serious as what the boys did. They had a vision for what they wanted to do. I had a vision for what I wanted to do. Those probably clashed. So not being mature enough at the time, I chose to just go my way, and the boys went on their way. And that's all it was really. It's just they went on and they were far more professional, and I just wanted to do what I was doing, which is be unprofessional. It's a mongrel thing.
Oh, that's so good. And how about with, that covers you, and I know that you can't really speak on other people if you're not them, but I always thought it was interesting, in particular, Terra Firma.
Yep.
Because
the most wasted talent out. Yep, for sure.
Because I remember, the Nights the Heavens Cried was, that was.
Well, I'll put them as far as groups go. The Hoods and then them second, and then the rest miles away. Those two groups were far, and that goes for the whole country. Of all the hip hop groups in the country, I put Terra Firma as far as stage show performance, and if you go to a Terra Firma show and you see Simo up there, and just their dynamic is just amazing. And that probably goes back to the competitive side of things. Obviously the Hoods wanted to be number one, so you wouldn't have your number one competitor on your label, would you?
It's an interesting point.
That's probably what it came down to, I think. A clash of personalities and also just competitiveness, which goes back to what we've said the whole interview long, is that hip-hop's very competitive, and that's just how it is.
Always thought that might be the case, but you just never know.
No.
Because at the same token, on one hand, I thought, I guess, when you're mates and like you said, they're top, they're right up there.
Yeah. I think maybe as well the Culture Kings soured things as well. Culture Kings 1 and 2 and 3. I think the boys, the Hoods, felt that they'd been dudded out of the whole deal. Whilst they got exposure at it, I don't think they got rewarded financially. They believed as much as they should have for the effort they put into those projects, and that probably put a division between the two groups as well.
On the note of that, did a few issues come off the back of that? Because I heard
jealousy. For sure.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that some of the things that come off the back of that?
Well, obviously that's when Triple J picked up on everything. Groups started to realise, hang on, obviously the business side of things. Triple J started playing Aussie hip hop more and more. It was getting daily rotation. So groups started to think, well, hang on, we can make a living out of it. So that's where the divisions came. People were jealous of other groups, saying they felt they were better than other groups that were getting a leg up. But program directors maybe didn't like their stuff, and that's probably where all the jealousies come in.
Out of the three, because there was three of them, 1, 2, and 3. You're probably going to say the first one was the
first
favorite.
one by a mile. The two other ones were not. The first one, like I said, a lot of I think it's 6 tracks now are produced by myself and Debris. So, you're always going to think yours is better than someone else. But at that time, it was just all of us were friends. It was everyone, a compilation of friends, a compilation of everyone who were like-minded people who all had the same goal of just making good, solid hip hop. So, at that time, where the other two were just sort of just thrown together, it was actually just put on there, and it wasn't acts that were doing stuff because they wanted to work together. It was acts just thrown on there because they wanted exposure. They'd seen what had come before, so they wanted to have that exposure and to get Triple J, get on board with them. So that's the reason why they jumped on. You know, there's guys in there that personally I wouldn't work with on 2 and 3, but I wasn't the one who was picking the talent for them. You know, everyone that was on the first one, we were all friends. Everyone who was on it knew each other, had played gigs with each other. You know, we're all for hip hop and not for self.
The lesson. Oh yeah.